Imagine pulling up to the 1,500-acre Colorado lake ranch you just inherited, dreaming of quiet mornings fishing with your kids on crystal-clear water, only to find a $3.2 million mansion squatting on your shoreline, a helicopter parked on your private dock, and an HOA queen in a white Mercedes handing you a $500 parking bill for land that's been in your family for decades. She waves fake 1880s documents in your face and tells you the lakefront now belongs to her community. Armed guards block your own road, fresh concrete poisons the mountain air, and your kid's favorite fishing spot? Gone. But what she doesn't know is that you're a professional land surveyor, and those pretty historical papers are about to get absolutely destroyed by cold, hard government coordinates in front of 200 of her richest friends. This is the true story of how one man used math, engineering, and perfect timing to take back his paradise and watch an entitled HOA empire collapse in spectacular fashion. Buckle up, because this gets good.
When I inherited my uncle's 1,500-acre Colorado Lake ranch, I thought I'd hit the jackpot until I showed up to discover some HOA boss had constructed a $3.2 million mansion right on my shoreline and was making me pay $500 to park on my very own land. Beverly Sinclair climbed out of her white Mercedes like she was the owner. She flashed around phony 1880s mining papers, saying the whole lakefront was part of her community. I could spot her helicopter sitting on the dock, where Uncle Charlie had taught my children to fish for 40 years, while her security team blocked my driveway. Fresh concrete odor ruining the clean mountain breeze. Beverly's loud voice echoing over the water, telling everyone how my family's property now was hers through the HOA. But what this land-grabbing Karen didn't realize, I'm a land surveyor, and those fancy old-looking documents were about to run into some very solid government coordinates in front of 200 rich guests. What would you do if somebody forced you to pay rent on your own family paradise? Let me go back and explain about Uncle Charlie. He was the odd one in our family. Never got married, lived by himself on this huge ranch he purchased back in the 80s. When my divorce turned nasty last year, Charlie turned into my safe place. My children, Emma and Tyler, 12 and 15, would pass summers there, learning how to fish and escaping all the custody fights. Charlie died suddenly in February, big heart attack while he was feeding the horses. The will was straightforward, everything went to me. I'm Sam Herricks, 46 years old, civil engineer and land surveyor by profession. Gone through a rough divorce, battling for custody of my kids, and this ranch was the only steady home they had ever known. The gravel crunching under my truck wheels on that old access road should have felt good. The fresh mountain air that used to smell just of wildflowers and lake water. Instead, I heard the electronic beep of a security gate closing shut in front of me. That's when I first met Beverly Sinclair. Imagine this, 61 years old, ex-real estate lawyer turned HOA ruler. White Mercedes G-Wagon, $500 hiking clothes that had obviously never touched dirt. Like a city safari outfit for chasing property lines instead of animals. She pulls up in that spotless car and steps out like she owns everything, which she claims she did. "You must be Charlie's nephew," she says, without even saying her name. "I'm Beverly Sinclair, president of Lakeside Estates HOA. I'm sorry, but there's been some mix-up about property lines." She takes out these official-looking papers with gold seals and ribbons, says the entire shoreline has always been community land based on 1880s mining deals. Points to her mansion, this huge, ugly building with floor-to-ceiling windows, big decks all around, and that helicopter pad I talked about. "Your uncle was a nice man," Beverly goes on, "but he never got the historical rules here. This shoreline has been community land since the mining times. We have kept it as a public trust." Public trust? There were armed guards at the gate. Her private dock had a sign saying members only. The only thing public here was Beverly's nerve. I'm holding Uncle Charlie's survey tools, the same ones he used for 40 years in the Forest Service before he bought this place. The feel of those old metal items in the truck reminded me of all those summer days he spent showing me about property lines, easements, and boundary rules. "Ma'am," I said, "I believe there may be an error. This is my land now, all 1,500 acres as per the deed." Beverly's smile went cold. "I'm afraid the legal matter is more complex than that. These historical mining rights override any new property claims. I recommend you talk to a lawyer." She hands me a card. Beverly Sinclair, something with a fancy law office name I'd never heard. Then she gets back in her Mercedes and leaves, making me stand there on my own property like a lost visitor. The noise of Beverly's gate closing with that beep rang across the lake. I walked over to feel those old survey stakes Uncle Charlie had pointed out years ago, now painted over with community property in bright orange. My kids were set to come in 2 weeks. Emma had been counting days since the funeral, asking when we could return to their lake. Tyler, with his usual teen mood, had actually looked forward to it. Now I'm looking at a mansion where our family camping spot used to be, trying to figure how to tell 2 kids their special place got taken by some woman with made-up papers and a helicopter. But here's the key about being a land surveyor. You learn to trust measurements over fancy words, and Beverly's tale just did not match up. 2 days later, Beverly stepped it up a lot. I'm in my hotel room in town, could not even stay on my land, when the sheriff arrives with court papers. Beverly had gotten a restraining order saying I was an unstable veteran threatening neighborhood safety. The papers mentioned those same 1880s mining deals, now stamped and looking real. The order kept me off 60% of my new property, everything within 500 feet of the shore, basically the best part of the ranch. I had to call off Emma and Tyler's trip. Their mother was already searching for reasons to reduce my custody time, and Dad arguing with armed HOA folks would not help. That old paper smell hit me when I looked closely at Beverly's old documents. You know that smell? Aged paper, old ink, real history. Except these smelled of new toner, like fresh from a printer. Something was off. I phoned Derek Martinez, my friend from engineering college, who now owns a surveying business in Denver. "Derek, I need help. Can you suggest a forensic paper expert?" "Man, what trouble are you in?" "The costly kind. Somebody is taking my land with fake old documents." Derek knew a retired FBI paper specialist who had given evidence in federal cases many times. Cost me $800 I did not have. But when Dr. Peterson checked Beverly's mining papers, he laughed. "Mr. Herricks, these papers are fake, very bad fake." "How do you know?" "First, printed on paper with a 2019 watermark. Second, the font is Times New Roman, invented in 1991. Third, notary seals from a local UPS shop." He showed tiny details I would miss. Whoever did this used an online template and added coffee stains to age it. Here's a fact most folks don't know about fake old documents. Modern tests make them easy to catch. Watermarks, font checks, ink tests don't lie. Even artificial aging leaves many signs under real review. I felt the first real hope since this mess started. Beverly had made a big mistake. But I needed more than fake papers to win. I needed to show the true property lines. "Derek," I asked, "how soon can you do a full boundary survey on 1,500 acres? 2 weeks if I hurry. But Sam, it is pricey. GPS tools, government checks, everything." "Do it, cost what it costs." While Derek set up the survey, I went back to face Beverly. Saw her at the mansion telling landscaping workers to put in a fountain. A fountain on my land. "Mrs. Sinclair," I shouted, walking up the drive I was not supposed to use. She turned, fancy sunglasses showing the lake. "Mr. Herricks, you are breaking a court order about those mining papers. Are you taping this?" She stepped away, getting nervous. "Ma'am, I just want to know the legal reason for your claims. I already told you the historical rules. If you cannot agree this land is community, maybe sell your other acres to someone nicer." The workers kept going, putting in that fountain like I was not there. Drilling noise rang across what was once Uncle Charlie's peaceful spot. But I saw something. Beverly kept looking at a surveyor near the mansion base, her own guy measuring and placing stakes. "Adding more?" I asked. "Just normal upkeep," she said fast. "Not your business." That's when I got it. Beverly was not only stealing my shore, she was getting ready to build more illegal stuff. The fountain was start. I saw machines behind the mansion, concrete trucks, digging equipment, materials under covers. I snapped pictures of all. If Beverly wanted to fight with papers, I would give her more papers she wanted. Going back to my truck, I rang Derek again. "New plan. Need that survey in 1 week, not 2. Sam, that will cost extra. Whatever it takes. And Derek, make it the most solid, official survey in Colorado, the type that holds in federal court. You got something big planned?" "Kind of." Beverly's next step was smart but mean. 3 days after the fountain talk, I got a call from the county office. My access road, the one Uncle Charlie used for 40 years, was called abandoned from lack of use. Beverly had talked county people thinking no one drove it in years. "But I drove it last week," I told the clerk. "Lady says no use for years. We have papers showing abandonment." "What papers?" "Old records saying the road was short-term for mining that stopped in 1890s? More fake history from Beverly, but now filed official with county. I went out to see a high-tech gate blocking my only way to the ranch. Looked like military level. Way too much for blocking land that was legally mine. Keypad, cameras, everything. My land was now cut off. Emergency help couldn't get in. My kids couldn't come. Beverly had locked me out of my own inheritance with red tape. But that's where her idea failed. Being blocked forced me to check boundaries closer. I spent 2 days walking overgrown parts with Uncle Charlie's old GPS, hunting original markers. Found them in the woods, concrete posts with brass.
Beverly, desperate more when saw I not quit. Thursday morning, call change all. Jim Patterson, county assessor, nervous. Mr. Hinnix, report incident assessment. Someone offer pay yesterday, change boundary, tax records, 10,000 cash. Small adjust, reflect history, community rights. Told cannot fake records, she say everyone price. Beverly try bribe official, recorded witnesses. Jim document, talk, reported state ethics right. Record meetings, reason. Lady not know recorded, offer. Adrenaline excitement, not anger. Beverly felony attempt bribe official. State want recordings, start unravel. Thursday evening, check Beverly tax records, 5 years, public online. Found organized fraud beyond my fight. Different acres, different agencies, years. Tax assessor, 12 acres, low tax. Insurance, 45, high cover. Environment, 8, avoid rules. Fact tax fraud, miss. Lie boundaries, avoid tax. Paper trail, hard hide. Each false add crime, penalties grow. Call Derek, evidence. Cross tax, actual survey. Working Sam. Worst thought. Claim different size, agency. Federal tax fraud, IRS filings, deductions. Federal charges, not local. Friday morning, desperate Beverly. Bridge test, hydraulic, final. Hear helicopters, not personal. News. Beverly called TV, say plan terror, community, build bombs, lake. 3 crews come, expect extremists. Found me, survey tools, legal, build own land, permits. Reporters ask bombs, show hydraulic bridge. Ma'am seem normal equipment. HOA prime stories, reporter say Beverly arrive Mercedes, stressed. Explain explosives? Build trap, hurt innocent? Sir, explain build. Reporter me. Retractable bridge, legal, my land. Anyone cross, ask permission first. Permission? Drive land not own, reach buildings no right. Beverly fatal mistake. Camera multiple crews, rant history rights, try steal community. Shoreline community, 100 years declare. Documents prove ownership. Ma'am questions authentic history? Reporter push. Questions not understand history. Mining rights real. Wait moment, pull Derek survey, forensic. actually address history claims, unfold official map cameras. Reporters gather, explain mansion, my property, documents fake, avoid tax, stolen years. Beverly interrupt, evidence too much. Pro survey versus fake papers, government numbers versus coffee templates, certified versus frantic. Ma'am say coordinates wrong? Reporter, attorney handle appropriate. Snap, storm, Mercedes, damage done. Public double fake claims soon destroyed 200 witnesses. Gala finish, start. Saturday afternoon, Beverly turns stolen mansion, royal show. Bass Sound, Echo Lake, catering trucks, champagne, lobster, summit, perfume, cigar, drift shore. Guests' evening clothes gather preservation success. Position site bridge, mansion, watch luxury cross my land, public road. Mercedes, BMW, Lexus, 200 donors, no right access party, theft inheritance. Beverly best guest list, county leaders, business, half Colorado Springs elite. HOA Prime Stories crew live cover preservation celebration, but Beverly's speech seal fate. Stand deck, wireless mic, dress shine evening, address crowd confidence. Welcome friends, beautiful community, space preserve generations, gesture lake, reflect stolen. Some cannot accept land's community, not selfish monopolize resources. Crowd agree. People know development, zoning, preserve assets. No idea, applaud theft. History, mining, 1880s, continue hold, fake, debunked. Despite interference, not understand history, protect lakefront, enjoy. HOA Prime Stories reporter approach live camera. Sir, owner challenge claims. Response Mrs. Sinclair. Timing perfect. Beverly repeat fraud live TV. 200 stand stolen. Well, unfold certified survey. Think community deserve truth history. Camera focus document. Explain forensic. Fake watermarks. Impossible fonts. 1880s papers printed 2019 paper. More point. Orange stakes. Real line. Every structure, sea, mansion, marina, pad, fully private, my property, no foot HOA. Reporter eyes big. Say entire event illegal land? Say Mrs. Sinclair build 3.2 million mansion never owned? New fraud, avoid tax, stolen? Beverly notice walk mic, heels, click, deck, my land. Man unstable, announce here. Harass peaceful, frivolous claims, dangerous devices, hurt residents. Reporter turn Beverly. Examine survey, forensic, respond fraud, mining. Claims not understand law, insist, voice crowd. Community, public trust, century. Protect, destroy environment. Check watch, perfect. Last guests arrive. Vehicles bridge, Beverly broadcast, fraud live. Time show control access. Mrs. Sinclair, loud news mics, confident rights, explain no survey, build mansion, no need survey, community boundaries, mining era, actually walk hidden controls, show real boundary, look, Beverly sense wrong, smile fade, watch approach tree controls, doing, demand, property rights, press button, hydraulic, perfect, 30 seconds, precision, center span, drop creek, 6-foot gap, turn 200 luxury status expensive trapped silence great sound system bass but talk stop 200 realize trapped illegal no escape what do shriek mic panic half mile walk crowd derrick map hand direct news camera every word legal right control access own land bridge fully mine like mansion designer heels frantic deck process cannot, respected members, actually certified survey, every party trespass my property, unroll huge map, coordinate federal, no fake, dispute, camera zoom, trace lines, finger, mansion 318, my side, marina 270, pad, guests land 412, actual line, crowd gather, map, commissioners, leaders interested, legal, understand values, costs, liability, also maybe accessories theft, impossible insist voice less sure, history mining 1880s mean these? Pull Peterson forensic,
Printed 2019 paper, fonts 1991, notary, month UPS. Sheriff Martinez arrived perfect, call 20 earlier. Walk Creek, small hike, bridge built upstream, back up Beverly, never find. Evening folks, voice carry, trapped, legal documents serve. Approach Beverly, arrest warrant, clear news mics. Mrs. Beverly Sinclair, arrested, fraud, tax evasion, bribery official, willful trespass, private, ridiculous, protest, cuffs click, people hear attorney, attorney review first, sheriff hold evidence, stack survey, forensic, tax, recordings, bribery attempt, HOA prime stories, moment, sheriff explain charges, Mrs. Sinclair, illegal development, private, fake history, false tax, bribe county, change records, Beverly helicopter pilot, interesting, no, told bridge fuel low, circle wait, try emergency land lake, waves soak gowns, Derek arrived timing, extra stakes, markers, sorry late, announce crowd, get permanent markers, visible lines, place orange stakes, GPS, clear, drive ground, final, visual, clear, empire, wrong side, marked, ladies, gentlemen, address trapped, welcome, stay property, long arrange, other transport, hike bridge, upstream, walk local, help vehicles, legal, resolve, Beverly, cuffs, sheriff vehicle, final plea, news cameras, man destroy, preservation, years, build, Mrs. Sinclair, reporter, boundaries, federal survey, respond knowingly, build, never owned, silence, loud, confession, sun set, reclaimed lake, 200 witnesses, document collapse, empire, lies, fake papers, others property, justice, Colorado way, aftermath, domino, perfect, Beverly charged 12 felonies Monday, fraud, tax, bribery, permit, federal, trespass, patrol, attorney plea quick, see evidence, mountain forensic, tax, recordings, surveys, destroy defense, state attorney dissolve HOA 2 weeks, illegal, outside charter, Beverly collect dues, assessments, improvements, no authority, court compensation $850,000, 3 years trespass, rent, plus unauthorized build costs, insurance refuse, willful, deliberate, personal, liable every dollar, mansion demo October, hire same contractor, eager correct, learn legal, Beverly not pay final anyway, watch monstrosity gone, piece of Uncle Charlie, justice, fountain chunks out, pad broken, hauled marina, natural shore, best part, Emma Tyler, lake back, first weekend demo, camp exact mansion spot, Emma catch first trout, restored shore, Tyler pretend not impressed, secret photos, Dad really trapped 200 rich party? Emma ask roast marshmallows, campfire, former deck, property rights, dramatic, coolest dad ever, Tyler teen doubt, Dad real action movie, lawyers, no.
And that's how a fake 1880s document, a $3.2 million illegal mansion, and one very confident HOA president met their match against a land surveyor, some brass government markers, and a retractable bridge that stranded 200 luxury cars on the wrong side of the truth. Beverly Sinclair lost everything. Her mansion demolished, her HOA dissolved, hundreds of thousands in damages, and 18 months in federal prison. All because she thought she could steal a family's lakefront paradise with coffee-stained printer paper and a helicopter. Today, that same shoreline is home to the Charlie Hendricks Veterans Retreat, free wilderness therapy for combat veterans, fully funded by Beverly's court-ordered payout. Her stolen empire now heals the people she tried to bully. Justice doesn't always come with explosions. Sometimes it comes with precise measurements, perfect evidence, and one hydraulic button pressed at exactly the right moment. If this story had you cheering for the good guy, drop a like. Share your own HOA nightmare in the comments. I read every single one. And hit subscribe to HOA Prime Stories so you never miss the next time a Karen picks the wrong person to mess with. Because every once in a while, the little guy wins big, and it's beautiful to watch. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.